Alright guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be playing one of our favorite card games, if not our favorite card game of all time, called Tycoon. We first discovered it from Persona 5. As you can see, we have all these nice Persona 5 skins here. So we're just going to give a quick explanation of the game. If you don't care, you can go and skip ahead. I'm going to put a timestamp in the description or an annotation at the top. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to go over is the objective of the game. What we do is we divide the deck among all 4 players. There's only 3 of us, so we go ahead and just do a fake player over here. Your objective of the game is to get rid of all of your cards first before everybody else. Alright, in this game, we have a card order. Starting at 3, going all the way up. Every card is higher than the last, so 4 is higher than 3, 5 is higher than 4, and so on. The only exception to this that might be a little weird at first is that 2 is actually the highest card. So it goes 3, all the way up to ace, and loops back around, and 2 is the next highest after that, as you can see by this beautiful, just beautiful drawing right here. Okay, so the basic mechanics of the game. We're going to start out with me, because I have the 3 of hearts, so which means I go first. That's just one of the little rules that kind of goes on. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to throw out a 3. Alright, on your turn, you have to play a card that is higher than the last. However, you do not have to play a card. You can pass on your turn if you want to, either because you can't play it or just for strategical advantages. So let's go ahead. My boy Marcel's over here is going to throw down the next one. As you can see, we got a 5 higher than the 3. Alright, also as you can see, I'm a sucker. Not a lot of people know that about me, but it's actually one of my most defining traits. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and have Lucas go ahead and throw out his card, which is a 9. He's not being very friendly here because the higher the card, the harder it is to play something. So I'm going to go ahead and counter with my highest card here, which is an ace. And as you can see, yeah, I know, not very friendly, but as you can see, it just goes around. If we had a 4th player here, they would go before me, but it just goes clockwise around. Alright, in addition to throwing down 1 card, you can actually throw down more than 1 card at a time, as long as they're the same number. For example, I'm going to throw a double 3 here down. This allows me to get rid of 2 cards. However, other people have to play the doubles. If it's singles, you have to play singles. If it's doubles, you have to play doubles, triples, and so on.
Whoever takes priority gets to decide how the board is going to fall next.
Correct.
And you get priority when everybody else passes.
That's correct, and that's the basic mechanic of the game. Alright, the next thing we're going to get into is specialty cards. We have 8 stops, which is just 8s, 3 of spades, and jokers.
If you pass on 1 turn, you're not exempt from playing. You can play the next time that the turn order comes back to you. Like, for instance, if I passed on those double 5s and somebody else threw cards down and it could come back around to me, I could play the double kings that I have.
Yep, just like you said. So the next thing we're going to go into are our specialty cards. So let's say my boy over here, let's see what he throws out. Maybe not that one. Maybe not that one. Maybe not that one. Oh my, okay, you know what? Yeah, this guy is a stacked hand, my goodness. Alright, so let's say this boy over here threw down a 4. Next, it'll come to me. I'm going to pass and it'll go to Darren. Darren's going to throw down an 8. Now in Tycoon, this is what's called an 8 stop, where the board is cleared immediately. All play stops on this rotation, and now Darren has priority in order to throw down his next card. So, what will it be, Darren? Beautiful, a 6. So, the next thing we're going to go into are jokers. Jokers, you can think of like a wild card from Uno. Basically, they're higher than anything else. You can put them on whatever you want to. However, just like singles and doubles, if it's doubles going on, you have to play 2 jokers in order to get that priority. Okay, so anyone have a Tycoon? Not Tycoon. Did anyone have a joker they can throw down to beat the 6?
I don't.
I guess so.
Oh, damn, would you look at that? Darren has a joker, so he beat the 6, but I have a secret weapon up my sleeve, which I accidentally threw away earlier. So we have the 3. So we have the 3 of spades. 3 of spades is the only card that can beat a joker. However, if it's not being used to beat a joker, it's just considered a 3. So he put this down. I'm gonna throw it on top, and boom, I beat him. And I get priority. Yeah, sorry, bro. Them's just the breaks. Them is just the breaks. So that basically covers the specialty cards. And this all may seem like a lot at first. However, once you see the game played, and especially once you have a little bit of gameplay yourself, it's a very simple game once you get into it. Alright, The next thing we need to cover are revolutions. So does anyone here have a revolution to throw down?
I sure do.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. It's almost like it was planned or something.
Can't believe you have a revolution, bro. Oh my god.
A revolution occurs when 4 of a kind are played, and a joker, in this case, is being used as a wild card to be a king. That was one thing I forgot to mention before. The jokers, they beat everything else, but you can also adapt them to be whatever card you want to be. So in this case, Lucas threw down triple kings and a joker to make it 4 of a kind. So now what this does is A, he gets priority unless somebody can counter it with their own 4 of a kind that is better. So,
Well, Turt, did you cover that card strength is reversed?
I was about to get into that. But as he said, card strength is reversed. So, just like before, it went 3 all the way up to 2. Now it's reversed. 2 is now the weakest, and 3 is the strongest. So that's revolution. Lucas is throwing down his 2 because it's just absolutely buns right now. I'm going to throw down this 9 because that is going to be higher than a 2 in this case. And remember, 2 is the strongest, so it's now the weakest. Right above 2 is ace, king, queen, jack, and so on. Alright, and at this point, the game just plays out like normal, except the card positions are reversed. I will be putting some graphics on screen just to help make this make a little more sense and explain the card order. And so, now that we got that out of the way, last we're going to go into are points and positions based off how you do on the round. So let's say, I just absolutely decimate these guys. I get all my cards out before them, and oh, look at that, my hand's empty.
You had a bad hand.
Yeah, I know how to beat them, but guess what? I just beat your ass, didn't I? But, so let's say I got all my cards out. So, I'm out of cards. I get 30 points. The way it goes is whoever gets first is 30, second is 20, third is 10, and last is 0 points. Okay, so now I am what's considered the Tycoon. That's basically first place. Now it looks like Darren got all his cards out. Dang, Lucas, you're having a bad day. Yeah. So it looks like Darren won second, so he is now what's called rich. So he gets the 20 points, and he is rich. Alright, so now let's say our boy over here, oh dang, look at that, he whooped Lucas's ass too, got all his cards out. So now he is what's considered poor. He gets 10 points. And then once that's up, Lucas has no one else to play against, so he is beggar, which is last place with 0 points. Okay, fairly straightforward. There's 3 rounds in each game of Tycoon. And you accumulate points each round based off, what position you finish in. Nah, nice card shake there, buddy. I like that. So, the last thing we need to go into is what happens when you are Tycoon, rich, poor, and beggar. The only thing that happens is you have to give up cards if you're poor or beggar. So beggar will give their 2 best cards to the Tycoon. So in this case, Lucas, who is green, will give me his 2 best cards, and I'll give him 2 of my scraps that I don't want. And it doesn't have to be my lowest, just whatever I want to give him. And just like with Tycoon and poor, Tycoon and beggar, rich and poor will trade 1 card between each other. The poor will give their best to the rich, and the rich will give 1 of their scraps, whatever they don't want, to the poor. And once that's done, once they have a little bit of a transfer going on, we're on to the next round. And the game will just play out like normal from here. And once the round is done, we'll move on to the 3rd round. And then after the 3rd round, it's over. The last thing to mention, beggar will always go first. That doesn't apply the 1st round because no positions have been established yet. But in the 2nd, 3rd round, beggar will go first, and then it'll just go around the board from them. And I believe that covers just about pretty much the main points of Tycoon and how it works. Like I said, it might sound a bit complicated and a bit confusing, but it's a very simple card game.
Yes. After you play it a couple of times, you will understand it completely.
Yes. And in addition, we actually have a mission here at LAC. And this has been a personal mission of ours for a while. We want to spread Tycoon to the world. So feel free to play this at home. It can be played with regular cards, or you can play on tabletop like we've been doing. It's perfect for distance gaming.
Yep.
And that just about covers everything. We'll see you guys in the video.
Oh,
You don't.
P.S. We play with 2 more jokers in a normal deck.
Yeah, it keeps things very interesting.
Yep.
PPS. you can play with less than or more than 4 people.
That is true. What we found what works is you can take the deck and scale it up or scale it down. So basically, if you're going to scale it up, add 1 of each card, including Joker, to the deck, or if you scale it down, remove 1 of each card, including Joker. So like 3 threes, 3 fours, 3 fives, and so on, 3 Jokers. And it makes it scalable and it's pretty fun for other people that we find.
Yeah, you can do that. I think you can just use a regular. I wouldn't remove anything, but hey, you can play it however you want. It's not like, you know.
Yeah, I'm not your fucking mother.
Yeah, it's fun. You'll like it. You'll hate it. So that's how you know you really like it.
Yeah, you're gonna hate it and you're gonna love it.